Hey guys, welcome to another episode of StewTube. It is October 27th. I hope you're all enjoying this nice pump that Bitcoin is getting today. I'm going to be taking a look at the technicals on Bitcoin today. And if you guys think that sounds good, hit that thumbs up, subscribe. With that, let's get it. Alright guys, first thing we're going to talk about is from a cautious perspective, we want to be careful because we are coming in contact with the resistance back here from last June, which is well, it should act as a fairly strong resistance point. If we start getting candle body closes above that, well, you've seen in my previous videos that I have some outrageous price targets, and I've explained the technicals that lead to those numbers. And if we do get a certain candle close this week or next, I do plan on making another in-depth video about my long-term analysis. But for just right now, this white horizontal line is my weekly resistance line. So that's just something we want to keep our eyes on. I don't necessarily think that's where we're going to end. I do think that there is a much stronger bull market at play here, and it would not surprise me if we do just cut through this resistance like butter. Doesn't have to happen, but really it's Bitcoin and anything can happen. And also with these moving averages, I know I've pointed them out many times. Everything just looks so bullish to me right now. And I really want to zoom in here because something kind of made me chuckle yesterday was I noticed that people were very quick to get very bearish and start pointing out the possibility of further downside and getting a big crash and that sort of stuff, like possibly seeing as low as 10K. And yes, we do have to keep that as a responsible trader, you got to always be weighing your pros and cons and looking at things both sides, right? So you got to see the bearish as well. But to me, I was totally expecting that pullback because really we had our weekly candle close. Pretty much every single candle on these charts in any time frame get wicks, and to me this just looked like it would have been weird if we never got some sort of a pullback wick just to have the bears try and then go up from there. That's just such a easy characteristic. If you're looking at that on the 15-minute or the 1 hour or the 4 hour, you'd be like, well, yeah, of course there was a wick, right? So the weekly's no different, guys. So I was totally expecting that little bit of a pullback. Still in my Bybit trade from, I believe it was 11,950. It was a 10x. I did add to my position, so the average entry on that position is now something around 12.5K. My stop loss on that is way down below 12.7K right now. I really would love to just leave that position open and add to it here and there, but I would love to just leave it open for an entire bull market if possible. If not, I'll still obviously lock in profits. I'm not willing to lose on that position at this point. I'm going to lock in good gains either way. And I also took a 10x long at about 13,000 on Bitcoin yesterday. I have closed most of that position, but I do still have a little bit open, and I will be stopped out if we drop below, I think it's 12 or 13.4K. So that's just kind of what I'm doing in the immediate term, guys. But getting back to this, I want to also point out that I was mentioning this channel here. It was more so on the daily. I was looking at this potential ascending channel, and oh boy, I think we were way back here when I was talking about it in the video, or maybe we were even up here, because yeah, we were above this green horizontal line, I believe. But I was very bullish on this channel, and I basically told you guys, I think we were on one of these days here actually. I said that I totally expected us to hit somewhere close to 14K, or this resistance line, within the next few days. And I was a little bit off. We had this little bit of consolidation, but we basically got there today. I'm going to say that that was basically fulfilled. I was thinking just the reason for this time frame here is I was pointing out that we had this cross of my horizontal weekly resistance as well as the channel, so I thought that was a good indication of where the market was kind of aiming for. Obviously never happened perfectly, but damn near. That was just a good way of kind of seeing where this market was trading to. really called that. It worked out beautifully, and I still think Bitcoin is very predictable right now. And that's why I've been trading with such a bullish bias, and it's been working out, you guys. I'm gonna zoom into the 4 hour here, guys, and this right here is kind of the candle that started throwing people into a bit of a panic, people thinking that we were going to break down. I did have this ascending channel, parallel ascending channel mapped out, and we did actually drop below that. If I zoom right into the 15-minute, you can see we even got candles below. That would be this line here. Ignore this one for now. But you guys know that I've pointed out pretty much every video that I'm not interested in shorting right now. So even though we dropped my parallel channel, I was not ready to enter a short. In fact, I saw that it was a bit of a fake out, and we started just getting right back into the channel. And I thought, well, you know, as those channels that I point out quite often work out, we end up testing the upside again. Then I want to point out this orange line. Some of you guys might recognize this as my 618 rejection. This is kind of what just confirmed in my mind that I was confident in my trade as well, is that you guys know I love playing that 618 rejection point, and I usually map it out as this orange line here. So that's the 618 rejection point. You can see that we got above it and tested it as support. That's just a beautiful support flip in my mind, guys. So from there you can see that we just blasted off. And you guys, this is very important because you may remember, if some of you have watched more than a couple videos, that I have pointed out the importance of basically where we're at now. If we pull this Fibonacci from our all-time high at 20K down to the bottom of the bear market around our 3K, if we start getting candle body closes, basically we're already in that territory, guys. Let's get rid of that line. Look where we are to that 161 or that 0618 rejection point. If we start getting candle body closes in this area, that's kind of what I was saying in my one video, that I believe that is my final confirmation that we are absolutely on our way to all-time highs with Bitcoin. And I wouldn't be surprised if it happens within the next couple months. Obviously doesn't have to happen. I'm not saying go all in with a whole bunch of leverage or anything like that, but I do think that we're well on our way. And you guys know that on top of that, I've been pointing out this measured move of this 3-year triangle that I love from the breakout point, and we are shooting for around $28,000. So I absolutely think that we're well on our way to quite a bull market here. Just all the technicals that I personally love playing are on the verge of playing out. We don't have that weekly close there yet. And I'll go more into depth with this as I have in previous videos of why this is such an important pattern, because this has happened before several times. And it's led to well over 2,000% gains from that 618 line. Both of them played out to the exact percentage when this pattern has played out before. So that's something that I'm going to be interested in and watching it play out in front of our eyes. And a lot of people are going to be blindsided by the massive move that I think could be around the corner, guys. One last thing I'm going to look at, guys, is the Wall Street cheat sheet. And just to kind of compare where we are right now, I strongly believe that this is where we were when we had our COVID dump. And from there, we got our little bit of consolidation before we broke out of my bigger triangle pattern. And we get our nice rip to the upside there. And to me, that's really what this looks like. Here we have our COVID dump, V-shaped recovery. You can actually see it better on the daily here. Yeah, see, we kind of get our V-shaped recovery here, and then we coil up in a bit of a sideways pattern. We get our flag up, and then we're continuing on this upward trajectory. And to me, guys, I wouldn't be all that surprised if it's kind of hard for me to tell, but I would say somewhere in this general area, I do think we're on our way to a much, much larger bull market here, guys. We're going to have to see. Obviously, none of this has to happen. And of course, none of this is financial advice. Always do your own research before investing or trading. I'm just showing you at things that I'm looking at and looking at potentially playing, you guys. So yeah, if you guys appreciate this content, if you wouldn't mind giving me that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. And also be sure to check out my Twitter. Once in a while I'll post some of my technical analysis or what I'm doing with my current trades in case I'm updating stops, that sort of stuff. I won't always be on there doing that, but just something to watch for, guys. Give me a follow. And yeah, once again, hit that like. And thank you very much for tuning in, you guys. With that, stay safe, my friends. I'm out. Peace.